Inflation is still rising in key markets. Interest rates are at their highest in decades. The world's second-largest economy, China, is facing a housing collapse. Meanwhile, central banks across Europe and the US are struggling to control a cost-of-living crisis. So what's really going on? Are we on the verge of another global recession? In this video, we'll break down the signals, the expert forecasts, and most importantly, how all this affects your money, your job, and your future. Let's dive in. To understand if a recession is coming, we first need to look at what's happening around the world. In the United States, the Federal Reserve has hiked interest rates over 11 times since 2022 to fight inflation. While this has helped cool the economy, it's also made borrowing more expensive, from home loans to credit cards to business financing. Over in China, the world's manufacturing powerhouse, the story is different, but just as worrying. The property sector, which makes up over 25% of China's GDP, is in freefall. Developers like Evergrande and Country Garden are defaulting, home prices are falling, and consumer confidence is low. In Europe, energy prices, especially in countries dependent on Russian gas, remain unstable. Germany, Europe's largest economy, technically entered a recession earlier this year. These three regions, US, China, and the EU, drive over 60% of global economic output. When they slow down, the whole world feels it. Here are 5 red flags that financial analysts and economists are watching closely. 1. The inverted yield curve. In the US, short-term government bonds are offering higher returns than long-term ones. This is historically a reliable predictor of recessions. 2. Rising corporate layoffs. Big tech and finance firms, think Google, Amazon, Citibank, have cut tens of thousands of jobs globally in the past year. 3. Slowing global trade shipping costs have stabilized, but container volumes have dropped. That means fewer goods are being moved, a bad sign for global demand. 4. Consumer debt is rising. From credit cards in America to personal loans in the UK and microloans in emerging markets, debt defaults are rising as people struggle to keep up. 5. Weak business investment. High interest rates have made borrowing expensive. Many businesses are holding back on expansion, R&D, or hiring. That leads to stagnation. What are global experts and institutions saying about 2025? The IMF has warned that a prolonged period of high interest rates combined with rising geopolitical tensions could trigger financial instability in developing economies and lead to a synchronized slowdown. The World Bank has already slashed global GDP forecasts, predicting growth of just 2.4% in 2025. That's dangerously close to what economists call a stall speed, when economies are too slow to create jobs or boost income. Financial giants like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan have issued mixed warnings. Some expect a soft landing, while others say the risk of recession is rising due to persistent inflation and slow consumer demand. In short, the outlook isn't catastrophic, but it's not optimistic either. You might be wondering, how does this affect me personally? If a global recession hits, here's what to expect: job losses. Companies will reduce staff or freeze hiring, especially in industries like tech, finance, construction, and retail. Investment volatility. Stock markets could fall sharply. If you invest in crypto, ETFs, or even mutual funds, expect turbulence. Higher loan repayments. With interest rates high, loans for homes, cars, and even school fees become harder to pay off. Rising cost of living essentials like food, fuel, and healthcare could become more expensive, especially in developing economies. This is the time to reduce unnecessary expenses, build up your emergency savings, and avoid risky investments. So what should you be watching in the next few months? The next US Federal Reserve interest rate decision in October, China's Q3 GDP report, which could shake global markets, Eurozone inflation data, expected to hit in November, key earnings from tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. These indicators will tell us whether the world is stabilizing or spiraling further. So, is a global recession coming in 2025? No one has a crystal ball, but the warning signs are real. Smart investors and everyday people alike need to stay informed, plan ahead, and protect their financial future. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We bring you weekly insights on global finance, economics, and smart money moves. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think a recession is coming? Are you prepared? Drop a comment below.